guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another review on another foundation that I just picked up at the drugstore or Ulta, and I was very intrigued by the marketing behind it. You know, I'm all about foundation sticks. I love like the quickness of it. It's so convenient. I really do. So this is the Revlon PhotoReady Insta-Fix makeup foundation, but this actually costs $15 and it looks like this. It's like a regular foundation stick packaging. So at Ulta it was $15, and then with my coupon I got it for like 14 something, so I got like a few cents off of it, but it was still pretty pricey for a drugstore foundation. On the packaging, not itself, but on the marketing of it, it did say that you can use it as foundation, as a touch-up, so you're able to like touch up your foundation on the go, and it's really good for concealing. So it's supposed to be like an all-around one product. I'm gonna just use primer on half of my face to show you guys if it looks better with or without, and then no primer on this side of my face. And just to note, I have a really bad breakout right here, like a village of blemishes on my cheek. I guess it's from stress, I have no idea. But I'm gonna use primer on the clearer side of my face, just so you guys can see how it handles the blemishes. So for primer, I'm going to use my favorite, as always, the Benefit Porefessional, and apply that to half of my face. And as usual with foundation sticks, I tend to just use it right from the packaging and apply it all to my face. And then I use a buffing brush. The Delium tool is $9.57. I use this to buff it out to make sure there's no harsh lines. And I usually start, wow, this color is my exact skin tone. Like, I feel like I can't even see it against my skin. I can't even tell if I have it on or not. In my lighter areas, it looks like I'm wearing foundation, but it seems this dries to a powder finish. And it's not as blendable. It's very dry. Like, for me to blend it into my skin, this is not blendable at all. So this is slightly more yellow more orange actually, more orange than my skin tone. The color would be perfect had it been less orange, because I can't see myself being a shade darker or a shade lighter. However, the blendability is really getting to me. Like, it's already sticking to my dry patches. You probably can't tell because it's such a small patch, but it's definitely sticking to my dry patches. And it's the winter time, so everyone and their mom is dry. So this is half of my face with the foundation and half without. So right off the bat, you can see that you need concealer with this foundation, and this is just one application, one layer. It was very hard for me to blend out, which I didn't like, because like, usually the other foundation sticks are very creamy. I didn't really like that you can't blend it out. Like, it was really hard, and there's only one layer and I need concealer. Now on the other side, I have blemishes, so I really am intrigued to see how it sticks onto those kind of areas without primer. For some reason it actually looks darker on this side. Okay, so one immediate thing I noticed is that when you warm up the foundation for, let's say, one side of your face, it looks a little darker once you do it for the second side of your face. So just caution on that. I guess maybe warm it up with your fingertips before actually using it, so the color stays even on both sides, because this is actually a little bit darker than this side. Alright, so on my blemishes, definitely stuck right here. So I just wanted to bring you in to show you like how it clings to my blemishes. I don't know if zooming in would help, but it definitely stuck to my dry patches. And again, no concealing underneath my eyes. And this foundation, usually whenever I have a foundation that's very like low on coverage, I double it up. but I do not want to double it up because I can already tell it would look cakey on the dry patches. So I'm just going to have to use concealer underneath my eyes. And I'm going to go in with NARS Honey. I'm a mess right now. It's Honey. And for my blemishes, I'm going to use Boing Concealer in 04. So I'm a little nervous to use powder over this, so I'm just going to do a very light wash of it. Yeah, no. Powder immediately stuck to all my dry patches, which it never does. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte. Never does that, so definitely the foundation. Okay, so it is now 1:15 in the afternoon, and just from the application itself, I can tell that it, like, the dry patches are a no-no. This is probably a foundation best for the summer, and I'm super oily, so this might be something that might benefit me in the summer more than the winter, but I don't know. We'll see. I will put the rest of my makeup on and go about my day, and I will let you guys know how this foundation performs. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is now exactly 8 o'clock, so just about 7 hours with this foundation on. I have to say this is something that's not for the winter time, because I only, like, as you saw in the demonstration, honestly, like, I barely have makeup on. And my mom looked at me and was like, why are you wearing so much makeup? Like, that's her exact words to me. And I was like, I'm actually not wearing as much makeup as I usually do. Like, I don't even have as much product on my face. I didn't use a setting spray, but what I did use was the Evian facial spray, because it's more like, I never use this over my foundation. This is more like, to me, like a hydrating toner. I never use this over my makeup at all whatsoever, and I felt like I needed to, because my dry patches on my nose and on my blemishes were outrageous. I mean, like, it looked like flakes. I'm not quite sure if you can see it, but my nose is the worst on both sides, with or without primer. To me, primer just adds a little bit more of a flawless finish, because you could see my pores a little bit more accentuated here without primer. Again, I would use it with primer if you do purchase this. However, with the price tag, this is $15 at Ulta. I'm not quite sure how much it is at other drugstores, but if you guys find it for cheaper, please, write it down below so anyone else could perhaps, spend less. But for the price tag and the finish of this is something that I would not recommend for right now. If you are an extremely oily person everywhere, then this might be a better foundation for you than, us dry to oily combo people, because extremely oily, if you don't have not one dry patch on your face, then this would look good on you. To me, it's a satin matte finish. I don't necessarily consider this a natural finish. This wouldn't be for someone with super dry skin. This is more of a satin matte, and the coverage, it's light to medium. I, again, only used one layer. I didn't feel like if I used, if I could use another layer, because it would either produce cake face or it would cling to my dry patches even more and create like this flakiness that I just do not like. For me not to use a setting spray is is unheard of. I always use a setting spray, and I didn't. But the coverage to me faded, I want to say, like 4 to 5 hours. This is not a long-lasting foundation by any means. I didn't even touch up, but I just want to see if I could even touch up without it looking weird. Yeah, no, I don't like it. When I put it on, it just looks like, my pores look eccentric, like my pores look large. It clings to my blemishes. Like, I wouldn't be able to touch up with this. So this to me is a summer foundation stick. Like, my other two foundation sticks that I have are the NYX one and the Maybelline Fit Me, and also the Bobbi Brown ones. But all three of them have like a creamier finish than this. This to me would be awesome for someone who is super, super oily, or in the winter, or in the summer when you want more of like a light coverage with that like oil controlling kind of finish, then this is something that I would definitely wear in the summer. Like, this is my summer 100% foundation. And by the way, I got it in the color 170 Golden Beige. On camera, it might look like the color looks perfect on me, but, or at least what I see in the monitor, but I can tell you this is more of an orangey base than a yellow base. I am very warm and yellow undertoned, so unless you look very closely, like in between my face and my neck, you won't notice the difference. But the finish of this is, to me, kind of the best part about it. Like, you don't need to use it, you don't need to set it, you don't need to like think about it. It just kind of controls my oil. Like, I haven't gotten oily. I'm so dry right now for wearing makeup. I mean, I don't know if it's because it's 26 degrees outside or because of this foundation, but I'm pretty sure I have worn other foundations in 26 degree weather and you will still see my oil. So this is definitely not similar to the Maybelline Fit Me, the NYX, or the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. This is more, I would say, extremely like satin matte, almost matte. All in all, excuse my band-aid, by the way. I'm struggling this week. I don't even want to talk about it. But for $15, I don't know. I can't even tell you, honestly, I can't even tell you how I feel about the price tag, because for right now, I'm kind of torn. I don't really like the price tag for a drugstore foundation, but if this was $15 in the summer and it gave me the exact same finish without any like dry patch situation, then I would say, wow, that's awesome for $15. But for right now, I can't really rate it because I kind of hate it a little bit. But for right now, I think as a person who has had super oily, you know, messes before, this would work awesome when I'm like not dry at all. So I think it's worth purchasing if you can find a coupon for $15, because that's a lot of money. Or maybe if it's CVS or Walgreens, you guys can find it for $10. I think $10 would be an appropriate price tag for that foundation stick. But if you do not want to try that and you do want a foundation stick, I would 100%, like, no matter what kind of skin type you are, the Maybelline Fit Me is awesome. Like, the finish of it is definitely very creamy, and even creamier than that is the NYX foundation stick. If you guys can find, I know NYX is a little bit harder to find than Maybelline, but so creamy, so wearable. So those two, if you guys want like another drugstore dupe. So yeah, that completes my review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!